Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Leah Little. We're going to talk about Generations 1912. It is a world-class line of jewelry that I am thrilled to be able to present to you here. It's the only place in the United States that you're going to be able to find it. And what's extraordinary is that you're going to be able to own these genuine pieces of history at a fraction of what you might be able to find them for if they were in a retail jewelry store. Now, this line of jewelry has, of course, been around since the early 1900s. It was out of production for several years when the designs were essentially lost in storage. And now, my good friend Bob Weinman, who is a third-generation jeweler, breathed new life back into his grandfather's designs when he brought them out of retirement, and now we're making them available for you here. Now, what's really exciting is that Bob has gone on, and he and I have worked together for 20 years. He's gone on to design jewelry for the royal family. He's working with the British Royal Museum. So he's a little bit tied up in his new endeavor. And I said to him, you know, you need to let that Generations 1912 be available because I think people need to know about it. I love it. It is my favorite line of jewelry. And, you know, although I have been presenting on television for 20 years and I've presented everything from electronics to jewelry, of course, to home products and cleaning products and cooking products, you name it. This one I have a personal affinity for. It's literally always been my favorite. So I just thought, you know, sometimes history works in your favor. So I said to Bob, let me just put it out there and make it available for people. So that's what we're doing for you. And it is my privilege to be able to share these designs with you. And this one is the first that we have launched here that is in a bangle. We call it the Sophia collection. And we are going to feature for you the earrings in another video presentation, the matching pendant, and then as well, this is the presentation on the bangle. Now, these are going to be entirely handcrafted pieces if you're not entirely familiar with the Generations 1912 line. The line originated in the early 1900s. As I said, the models were lost for a number of years. And then one day Bob was moving his office and he opened up a box and his original models and dies from his grandfather were inside. So he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in the most extraordinary gemstones. I'm going to set them into my grandfather's designs and make them available. And that's what brought to life the combination of circumstances for this bangle to be available for you. So it is beautifully done in Burmese, gorgeous red spinel. I'm going to take it off. And now let me just show it to you here so you can get a nice little close-up. What you're looking at, you can see here that nice strong clasp lock into place. You can see that safety design on the chain, and imagine all of that engraving on the side is done by hand. Notice that it goes all the way around, even on the back of the bangle. But before we get there, let me just show you the front. Look at this. You're looking at seven 4x3 oval red spinel. Then you're looking at 16 of your 3x2 oval red spinel. So you have these round, beautiful, beautiful red spinel or 2x3 ovals surrounded in the bracelet, dancing around the side, and then the 4x3 ovals, the larger pieces, and then a total of 8 white zircon. Now those are genuine gemstones from Burma. You are looking at an extraordinary design that features them, and again, the bracelet from the early 1900s. Now, if you're not familiar with spinel, it is just stunning. You will find that spinel is one of the prized gemstones because it's what every ruby wants to grow up and look like, right? Rubies don't look like this generally unless they are thousands and thousands of dollars. So to be able to have stones of this quality, of this matching, of course, Burma is the #1 source when it comes to red spinel. To be able to have this design work where they're literally dancing throughout this floral mosaic is really extraordinary. And then notice the engraving even in the back of the bangle. Every little nook and cranny and corner and crevice is done to perfection. And then that teeny little milgraining, that's that little beadwork that's going around each one of the individual settings. Isn't that extraordinary? You're looking at something from a very old mine, gemstones that are so rare to be mined, to be seen, and then to see them in this piece from the early 1900s that was hand designed for you is really extraordinary. Retail on this piece is $858. You can own it by visiting generations1912.com for $525. So if you'd like to own a piece of history, if you would like to own a piece that is a legacy that you will pass down from generation to generation, you're right here. And it is my privilege to share with you this extraordinary piece. We'll have presentations on the earrings coming up. We'll also have the matching pendant coming up as well. Just a side note, the bracelet will fit up to a 7.5-inch wrist. I wear a 7, a classic 7, and it fits me really well. If you are an 8-inch wrist, then this one is not going to be for you. This is going to be up to about a 7.5-inch size. You will find in many cases, in most of the designs that we have in rings, we can resize them for you. In the bangles, you will want to order this particular piece in your size. It's a work of art. It is such a beautiful piece, and it will become a legacy in your family as well. If you love the look of rubies and you love genuine gemstones, if you love handcrafted pieces, Louis, who is now doing the engraving work for Generations 1912, has put in hours upon hours of craftsmanship to create this bangle. So you're getting a really extraordinary, literally one-of-a-kind piece because that engraving is all done by hand. So if you'd like to own it, visit generations1912.com. If you want to see more great designs, then certainly join me here on my YouTube channel, and let me invite you to like the channel, let me invite you to subscribe to the channel, and hit those notifications too so I can let you know when we have new pieces coming up for release. We'll see you soon.